Hello, happiness abounders, and welcome back. Today we are wrapping up our theme week all about physical self-care. And we're wrapping it up with what I feel is one of my favorite physical self-care techniques, one of the easiest techniques, and one of the least well-known. That said, we've spoken about sleep, we've spoken about food, fitness, the 3 B's of stress management, and today I want to talk to you about body language. I want to talk about how body language can really shift our mindset and even our positive and negative thoughts about ourselves to create a form of physical self-care, which is really cool. It's really cool that we can, for lack of a better word, manipulate our body to create a specific language that tells our brain things are going to be okay and shifts us into self-care mode and into a positive, actionable self-care mode. And I think that's just really cool. I think that's fantastic. So let's just dive right in. Body language. It's its own language. And it's really interesting because our subconscious can see other people's body language and read it without us even knowing. So if you've ever been like, somebody seems a little shifty, and you're like, but I can't quite put my finger on it. It could be because they are emitting somewhat shifty body language. Now, I am not a body language expert by any means, and maybe that's the common theme for these self-care weeks. I'm not a nutritionist, I'm not a fitness coach, I'm not a sleep expert, but these are the things that I have seen work for me as forms of physical self-care and help me achieve new levels of happiness, so I might as well share them with you. And body language, while I'm not a body language expert, this is something that has helped me. So I want you to think about times when you have been most stressed. I want you to think about times when you have felt down, even depressed maybe. What does your body language looked like? Or if you can't visualize it for yourself, because it's sometimes hard for us to pull back and kind of see ourselves from that perspective, have you ever seen someone maybe sitting on a bench, and if they were sitting upright and doing a couple of other things, you might think that they were okay. But what if their shoulders were hunched over? What if their back was bent? What if their head was down? Complete different body language. So as you're walking up to this bench to see this person, you may be able to read that body language, and you may not know you're reading it, but your brain goes, that person's going through something, or that person's sad. Or that person, if they're the upright one, is like, oh yeah, they're just normal, going about their day, just sitting on the bench. So I want you to think about, because now let's go back to our own body language, and maybe we don't have to visualize it, but back to our own body language. When you're having a down day, a stressed out day, what does your body do? It like concaves on itself. The shoulders roll forward and down. The head goes down. It's almost like, how can we create ourselves in this ball? The arms fold, and we just concave. We just get really small. And when we do that, our brain goes, we need to protect ourselves, and that's the protection mode, right? If we weren't in public, we would probably go into the fetal position. But since we're in public, it's slumped shoulders, head down, back kind of curved in, and sometimes the arms folded across your chest, across maybe the top of your belly. So when it comes to the body language aspect for self-care, it's as simple as when you're in the rolled shoulders, head down moments. And they don't have to be super stressful moments. It can just be like, you're kind of walking with a little bit of a hunch and not thinking about it. When you want to take that form of self-care, it's as simple as 6. I was about to say 5, and I stumbled on that. It's as simple as 6 things. And that is keeping your chin slightly up, right? Not like jacked clear up to the ceiling, but just enough up that it's like a little higher than you normally would. Keep that chin up. Because when that chin rolls down, the neck and head look down, that's an indicator that we're stressed out or that we're sad or whatever it is. And so one quick way to turn that up and do body language as this form of self-care and changing our mindset and changing our situations is chin up. So that's number 1, chin up. Number 2, smile. It's amazing how when somebody else can smile at you, you can smile back and then you feel better. Same thing. You just need to convince yourself to smile and that things are going to be okay. And it like kind of goes hand in hand. So you're going to go chin up and smile on. Then you're going to put your shoulders back, right? Not that rolled forward, but shoulders back. So that roll back and keep your shoulders level with your ears, right? With your chins up, smile on, your shoulders are back. Now, if you're listening in the car, you're doing this while working out, you're vacuuming, cleaning, whatever it is where you listen to this podcast, or maybe you're watching it, I want you to try that right now. Chin slightly up, smile on, and shoulders back. I want you to feel the difference in just those first 3 steps. You can do these anywhere. You can do them sitting down. You can do them standing up. You can do them while you're eating lunch, right? Just a smile on, chin slightly up, and shoulders back. Now feel the difference there. Big difference already. Okay, then the next steps are your feet are shoulder width apart. Your hips, like your tailbone, actually. Your tailbone's just slightly out. So if you're able to stand, then you keep your feet shoulder width apart, your tailbone slightly out, and as you've had your shoulders rolled back, you're going to relax your hands. So those are the final 3. So it's chin up, smile on, shoulders back. We're going to relax our hands, then our tailbone slightly out, and our feet shoulder width apart if we're going down the body. So if you're standing, I want you to try that. Now, it feels a little awkward at first because for us, most of us, we're in that concave state, even if it's just slightly. But I want you to feel the difference in your body language and in your attitude, right? That small shift in our body language, that physical shift, can act as a way to jumpstart us out of whatever stressful, self-care inducing things, right? Whatever those indicators are for us, this can help kind of jumpstart you out of that and into that form of self-care, that clearer thinking, that emotional management. Because we're not concave on ourselves. We're facing it head on, and our body takes this stance as confidence. And who couldn't use a little more confidence? And who says that confidence can't be self-care? So that's body language for physical self-care, and I love it. I can't tell you how many times I've been in a stressed out situation, and I find myself concaving down on myself, just getting smaller and smaller, and I'm like, wait, what am I doing? Like, this isn't taking care of myself physically. I'm just getting smaller and letting everything just kind of wash over me. So I'll just kind of sit up straight, put my shoulders back, my smile on, and my whole mindset, my body language, and my brain shift to take better care of myself, to think clearer, to give myself a little bit more grace in these situations. And I view that as the epitome of self-care. So I hope that this episode resonated with you. I hope that you've tried these. Once again, it's chin up, smile on, shoulders back, hands relaxed, tailbone just slightly out if you're standing, and feet shoulder width apart. So give that a shot today and let me know how it feels and if you feel like it is a form of physical self-care. Because like I said, it's a little obscure, it's not well known, but I deeply believe in it and have seen its results in my own life. So let me know. You can find me at happinessabound.com, Happiness Abound blog on Facebook, and happiness_abound on Instagram. And if you like this episode, this podcast, or even just this theme week, it would mean the world for me if you would leave a review on your podcast listening platform of choice. The top one is iTunes. It's the easiest to leave reviews. You can search Happiness Abound, click the 5-star button, or leave a written review, which would be amazing. But also, if you're not on Apple and iTunes, Facebook has a great review opportunity as well, and a star solution. So you can find me at facebook.com, and it's Happiness Abound blog. So I hope to see some reviews from you guys. Would love to know your thoughts on this episode, this theme week, and if the podcast has helped you at all. But in the meantime, check your body language as a form of physical self-care. Take care of yourself, and above everything else, remember, you are capable of happiness abound.